Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another video. In this week's episode, I've got my new kit on, the new setup. As a number of you have mentioned, the sound from some of the videos. I got some new stuff in to see if we could improve it. If you've missed some of the earlier explanations regarding my editing skills, I'm learning by doing. I'm by no means educated in that area at all. I'm learning via YouTube. So yeah, welcome back, guys. If this is your first time to the channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Ben Cardall, the author of the best-selling book The Monographs, which detailed the real-world application of the skill set of Sherlock Holmes. Basically, if he were a real person alive today, what would be in his head to allow him to do what he does? That spanned a career of, well, I say career, it's involved my my research and training as well as work, but that's gone over 20 years now. 20 years as of this year. That's the one thing 2020 has given to us. Well, given to me. Hasn't given to you at all. But there we go. And I've spent my time teaching other people how to read themselves and the surroundings for the protection of themselves and those therein. In this week's episode, we have a video from British politics. I hate to use the word politics because it's not political. It's not political at all. It was sent by a number of you, and apparently it's well, it's a joke, but not a joke, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's to do with Matt Hancock, who I believe is our health secretary. That's how into politics I am at the minute. I don't watch television anymore. So there we go. And apparently he gets quite choked up on national television. It's a TV series called Good Morning Britain, and he must have been making an appearance on there. And him and Piers Morgan, who is the host of the show, they have a history. He was recently called out by Piers for taking a pay rise, which I'm fully on board with. It's one of these rare occurrences where you look at Piers Morgan and go, yeah, right on. But other than that, let's have a look, see what's going on here. It's apparently quite a short video as well.
Just simple words there, reacting it. You're quite emotional by that.
Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people, and there's William Shakespeare putting it so simply for everybody that...
I'm sorry, William Shakespeare? That needs explaining. Oh, okay. Second. Okay, so he must have been after the 90-year-old. Fair enough. William Shakespeare. Good lad. But already... Look, that's ridiculous.
Get on with our lives, and there's still a few months to go. I've still got this worry that we can't blow it now, Piers. We've still got to get the vaccine to millions of people, and so we've got to keep sticking by the rules. But it's just, there's so much work gone into this, and I'm really, really, it makes you proud to be British.
Just simple words.
Okay, so that doesn't make me proud to be British at all. That type of disingenuous display. You've not got to be somebody who reads body language or people or anything like that. You don't have to understand that decoding nature to see that this is bullshit. You don't have to do that at all. That's terrible performing on behalf of Matt Hancock. I've seen better performances on Power Rangers. The early original versions, because they were awesome. But it was all, oh no, let's, that type of thing. And, Jesus, I can't believe that made it to national TV. Oh, Matt, what are you doing? So from the top. The clip comes in here, so we've not got a great deal of context, first of all. One is inclined to presume that he is overcome with joy at these vaccines that are going out at the moment.
Just simple words there, reacting it. You're quite emotional about that.
Well, it's just, it's been...
So if we freeze there, we've got the blink blocking behaviour, which he knows he's about to tackle with Piers at the moment. Piers calling him out on the emotions that he is displaying at that time, and the slow blink is more of a blocking behaviour than a blink itself, right? You do this when you want to blot out things, people, scenarios, situations that you don't want to be a part of. Just before you have to talk to somebody that's irritated you, or, oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this again. You see a lot of the slow blinks in JD's deposition footage as well, but there's no action in the forehead, there's no action in the eyebrows, genuine sadness when you feel it, as I'm sure everybody who sees this clip will be able to agree with. Genuine sadness builds when you're genuine. Let me try and give him more context. If they're tears of joy or tears of sadness, it's an emotion that builds and then it eventually overflows with news like this, right? When you're that overcome, you've let something build for so long and then it leaks out in your non-verbals, right? Leak, obviously, no pun intended. With news that is more incendiary, in terms of you've passed this test but you didn't think you were going to pass it, or this person's unfortunately just passed away in a horrible car crash, that type of boom, and then the tears come from there, depending upon which side of the news spectrum you're getting. But none of this is here. This is forced. This person is inhibiting. I say this person because I'm not even sure he is human. This might be one of David Icke's lizard people. Who knows? Right? But look at that. There's no action in the forehead. There's no continuation of that emotion from before, right? If you watch this first bit again and have this idea at the back of your head that he's just finished yawning.
Just simple words there, reacting it. You're quite emotional about that.
Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people, and there's William Shakespeare putting it...
I'd quite like to know what William Shakespeare said, but I can't believe... This doesn't need decoding. This doesn't need it. It's clearly fake. It's clearly fake, but you get that same type of action, when you get up in the morning, you do the big yawn, and then you do this, and you clear the muck out, and you clear the water that's coagulated at the side from the lacrimal glands. And then right back there, boom, there's nothing, there's no residue. Sadness, joy, elation, depression, whatever other adjective you want to give to that pantomimed emotional state where tears would leak out, it doesn't vanish. That's how you know it's fake. It can't vanish if it's genuine. If you've ever experienced any type of realistic emotion, it can't vanish. It's a state that depresses. You know, one of the biggest indicators in fake smiles are how quickly they go from somebody's face. You know, if somebody doesn't go and then move on to something else because this clearly isn't felt, then that's clearly controlled because they can move back to that stasis. This is ridiculous. Now, a lot of people may liken that to a kind of contemptive state, that kind of asymmetric smile. This isn't that. That's just the nature of how his face moves. He starts off with a smile towards one side more than the other. But there's nothing.
Simply for everybody that, you know, we can get on with our lives, and you know, there's still a few months to go. I've still got this worry that we can't blow it now, Piers. We've still got to get the vaccine to millions of people, and so we've got to keep sticking by the rules. But it's just...
He tried a bit then. Did you see that? In the eyebrows. There. Wait. There. I can't fake it because I'm not sad. But yeah, that's terrible. There's no controlled breathing. There's no excessive moisture down the back. There's no sinus involvement. There's no continuation. There's no residue. The timing's off. His displays are terrible. This is that's why I make the sort of glib comment about him being one of the lizard people, and that he's just put on a human suit. He's read about sadness, and this is how it's displayed. I keep calling it sadness because it's tears. It's apparently tears of joy, but either way, they are completely crocodile. Oh dear.
It's just, you know, there's so much work gone into this, and I'm really, really, it makes you proud to be British.
So that's the message that he's trying to put across, of all the work that's apparently gone into this. You know, it might be a genuine, you know, this is rolling out now. I can finally get something else wrong, right? That's the usual state with our politicians here in the UK. So yeah, quite a quick video. That didn't need breaking down at all. Whether it be tears coming out as a result of how sad you are, or tears coming out as a result of how overjoyed you are. This is, I mean, the timings alone, like I've said, that's so fake. Yeah. I can't really believe that made it to national television. I mean, it was so controlled down here. If you were looking to display it as genuinely as he wanted to give the impression of doing so, why would you try and keep your arms down here and lean forward to do this, right? Because that to me strikes of a freeze behavior, which is linked to anxiety, which is linked to deceptive qualities, things like this. If you were really going to just wipe away a tear that had come up through some experienced moment, some cathartic state, you'd be like, whoa, sorry, and then back to business, right? Yeah, there's not really a great deal else to say about Matt Hancock, other than you could do with some acting classes. Yeah. There's nothing really else to add. That doesn't do anything for this belief that all politicians are liars, because that was so overt. It's yeah. It you don't need to watch this video to understand that, right? You should already know. You're a human that's had human interactions and human experiences. You can spot a moment that disingenuous and that obvious a mile away. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope the new kit sounds okay. Don't forget to let me know if it doesn't. I do appreciate the constructive feedback. Or if you're just looking to hurl some abuse, I can ignore those comments just as well. So yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel. New videos coming soon. Take it easy. Hope everyone's keeping safe and well out there.